In today's video, I am going to give you my exact grocery haul that I am using for fat loss. Okay, y'all, we are home with my food. I want to go over some quick swaps that you can make. How much food can I eat for minimal calories?
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
To our winner, Julia Rene.
Hello, my loves. Welcome back to another episode of the Prep Diaries series. My name's Julia Rene. If you're new here, I'm an IFBB Wellness Pro. And in today's video, I am going to give you my exact grocery haul that I am using for fat loss. We are also going to do a little bonus part of this video where I am going to show you some swaps in the grocery store that you can make right now to see real change. So, for the first part of this video, let's go to the grocery store and grab the things that I need for my fat loss journey. Okay, y'all, we are home with my food. It's honestly not that exciting, trust me, but I had to stop and eat a meal before I unpacked everything because I was getting like so hungry. And I was like, if I don't eat right now, I'm gonna lose my mind. So I wanna go over everything that I got and show you my staples that I'm currently eating right now during my cut. And just remember, like, everybody is different. I also want you to remember that I am on a very different, strict bodybuilding diet. So if I were just cutting regularly and not stepping on stage, I would have a lot of these things that I'm gonna go over in the next section of the video. But because I have to have the absolute best physique that I possibly can on stage and not risk anything, my food's pretty boring. Okay, so what we have right now, we have some watermelon. This is actually for Zach, so sad. But one thing that I do like to snack on, especially when I'm cutting, is pickles. And because they're only 5 calories. So if I'm ever like, I love these after a workout too, because when you're like depleted of electrolytes, like it's just perfect. And egg whites, a really, really good source of lean protein. As you can see, it's 25 calories for one serving. I have this every morning. This is something new that my coach actually added to my meal plan, the gluten-free version, because this is really, really easy on the stomach. It's a quick way for me to get carbs in and not have any bloat so that I can have the best physique going forward. And I've had it once during my high carb day, which I told you guys about. And in the next video, I'm actually gonna give you a full update on how my high carb day went. It's literally insane. So make sure you're subscribed and you don't miss that. My veggie of choice when I am at home has been cabbage. It has been a ooh, shoot, I almost dropped that, bro. Literally almost dropped it on the floor. It has been a game changer. I will use the olive oil spray, which I will show you guys in a second. And I do a little garlic powder and some Himalayan pink salt. So delicious. And when I'm traveling, I do frozen veggies. So I grab a frozen veggie like this. I'll switch it up per week because the frozen acts as like an insulator for when I travel, and then I do insulated ice packs. If you haven't watched my traveling and staying, healthy video, watch that one too. So for vegetables, we have some cucumbers, which are very, very low in carb, easy to snack on. Bell peppers. I put these bell peppers and I chop them up, have them pre-made and ready to go so that I can put it in my egg white omelet in the morning. I also do the same thing with green onions. and just have them ready to go, which I'll show you in a second. My blueberries, restocked on those because I have those every morning, and restocking on my Splenda. So I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people get stevia, but stevia actually bloats me. Splenda does not bloat me. So choose whatever 0-calorie sweetener of your choice. I usually add this to like my coffee in the morning, or like if I have some oats or something in my meal plan, I'll add it to my oats and put some cinnamon. Tastes delicious. Add some sugar-free syrup, which I'll show you guys also. But this is what we picked up today. Now let's go over my protein sources. Oh, and also, focus. G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce. And I'm also gonna show you my favorite sauces that I like to use when I'm on a cut. Okay, and these are gonna be my protein sources. So we have the egg whites, which is where I'm getting my protein in the morning, but for all of my meals, especially when I'm on a cut, I usually switch to leaner proteins. So leaner proteins such as like chicken breast and cod and like shrimp. There's also lean turkey, which I'll show you guys in the next segment of the video. And then things that are a little bit higher in fat are things like steak, salmon, 80-20 beef, things like that. And there's no reason that you can't have any of these things, of course. It's just that when you're cutting and your goal is to, lose weight and body fat, having protein that is a little bit lower in calorie, lower in fat, because the more fats that something has, typically it's higher in calorie. And so the majority of my meals, I'm eating these, and then one of my meals of the day, I have the Angus steak. So my fridge is looking a little bit sad. So we got all my, sauces and extra things, so we're gonna organize it real quick. I'm gonna make sure that I have everything stocked, and I'm gonna go over other things that I keep in my fridge. Okay, that's better. Look how much more beautiful this looks. All right, let's go over everything. So, up top, we have farmers market eggs. Trust me, they are so much better than regular eggs. They taste better. They're actually orange. The yolk is orange and not yellow. Pickles, and now this is my pre-cut. I just chopped the green onions and the peppers for my egg white omelet to give it some flavor. I don't eat the watermelon. This is for Zach, but I do have the pineapple, and that's one of the things that I have after my workout. We have a plethora of some zero sugar options, energy drinks, Propel. This is Zach and I's favorite right now. Water ready to go because I'm filling it every second of every day. Okay, now we got protein and carb sources. So my veggie, I have the cabbage that's already pre-cooked and ready to go. I put them in these big tubs. I wish I could tell you where I got them, but I don't know. We have rice that's always cooked. We cook it in a rice cooker every single week and just have it ready for the week. I got my leaner protein, which is the cod, and then the fattier protein, which is the steak. And then these are all the pre-made meals, Mega Fit Meals makes that I get for Zach. I don't eat any of these, but this is all Mega Fit Meals. I just buy mine by the pound. It'll make your life so much easier. In your little cutting journey, you can definitely pre-order meals and stuff like that if you'd like, but it's definitely, I love the idea of buying a la carte. So I buy them by the pound, and then I can just mix and match my meals with different things. So in the drawer, we have our bloobs and a couple extra cherries that were over here. Avocados, I put that on my egg whites in the morning, and then cucumbers here, and then all my extra egg whites. Then all of this organizing stuff, by the way, is on my Amazon favorites in the description if you guys want it to. And then we got some extra, because I go through veggies like nobody's business, so we got the extras in here. I need a bigger fridge. Now let's talk about sauce. Here's our little sauce area. A lot of these are mine and a lot of these are Zach's. So here's just an example. This is Zach's. So one thing that people don't realize when you're in a cut is the stuff that you add on top of your food can add so many more calories than you're realizing. So right here, for 2 tablespoons, you know how tiny a tablespoon is, 160 calories for this sauce. Or what you can do is get something like this brand, which is the Flavor Gang. delicious. They make so many different sauces that mimic like some of our favorite sauces that we like that are super high calorie. 5 calories for 1 tablespoon. Now you don't have all these additional calories from sauces. So I have so many different ones, like Humble House is delicious, Frank's Red Hot, delicious. This has been one of my favorite ones right now. The Chipotle Tabasco, and I just like can switch up whatever low calorie sauce that I want on my meal, and it just like changes it up. Let's see, we got the sugar-free syrup, which you guys already saw, coffee creamer, 0 sugar, and then this is the milk I get. Instead of getting a whole milk that has tons of calories, this is 25 calories for an entire cup. Get the unsweetened one. They also make unsweetened almond milk. Just get whichever version that you like. It's like, just don't waste calories on getting a full fat milk. And then we have my egg whites that I'm working on. Zach has another thing of Chick-fil-A sauce. Okay, here's another example. Zach likes Hidden Valley Ranch. He does. He likes the full fat, everything. 130 calories for 2 tablespoons. Ridiculous. So, I don't actually have a substitute for ranch in here, but they definitely make some more sauces, and can't believe it's not butter spray or spread. Great swap to make if you're a cutting. Look at the calories on that. Versus getting a high calorie full fat butter. Sour cream is Zach's. All right, let's take a look at my beautiful spice cabinet. I have all my spices here. These ones that are in front are the ones that I use the most. Cinnamon, garlic powder, black pepper, everything but the bagel seasoning, salt, nutmeg, onion powder, and then up here we got sugar-free syrup just in case I want to add it to anything to make have more flavors. I got my olive oil spray. This is what I use to cook with. 0 calories versus if you're cooking with extra virgin olive oil, 120 calories. Okay guys, so let's chat. The last time you saw me, we were putting my groceries away and I was showing you the things that I'm actually currently eating on my cut. So I wanna go over some quick swaps that you can make at the grocery store that's going to make a huge difference. So let's start with protein options. One of the biggest things that people struggle with when they're on a cut is dealing with the hunger. So my philosophy is, how much food can I eat for minimal calories? High volume foods, because you're going to be fuller for longer, which is going to help once you start feeling that uncomfortable hungry feeling. So keep that in mind as I go through some of these swaps. So with protein, of course, like having the fattier proteins in your diet, there's nothing wrong with that. You guys saw that one of my meals, I have my steak and sometimes I can swap it for salmon, which are typically fattier proteins. For example, one of my favorite swaps is swapping full fat beef for the Jenny O 73 lean 7 fat turkey. It's delicious. It's one of my favorite ones to make. Another swap that you can make is pork chops for something like chicken breast. Chicken breast is going to be a lot leaner. You're going to get a lot more volume of chicken breast for a smaller amount of calories. This one I feel like you guys are gonna be like, okay, whatever, but trust me, I love bacon just as much as the other person does. But swapping it for something like the Jenny O's turkey bacon, chef's kiss. Pop it in the air fryer, it tastes delicious. It's a lot lower in calories, still very high in protein, and one of my favorite meals to make with that is 2 to 4 slices of the Jenny O's turkey bacon in the morning, put it in an egg white omelet, have a carb source on the side. It is delicious. So, as you can tell, on this side, we have a little bit of the fattier proteins. So we have things like pork chops, steak, salmon, full fat beef, bacon, and then on this side we have leaner proteins, which are things like cod, any type of whitefish, shrimp, chicken breast, egg whites. Those are a lot leaner, they're a little bit lower in calories. These on the other side some are fattier than the others, and they're higher in calorie for a smaller portion. Now let's talk about everybody's favorite macronutrient, carbs. Trust me, this is my favorite one. Everybody loves carbs. Everybody loves carbs, but there's definitely some swaps that you can make at the grocery store so that you get a lot more for a smaller amount. One of the swaps that you can make for like a full calorie, full sugar cereal, like something like, you know, Lucky Charms, is the Chex cereal, the gluten-free Chex cereal that I showed you. You can also do oats, you can also do puff wheats. You get so much more volume for such little calories and less added sugars. And one thing that I just do is if I want to add like stevia into it and a little bit of cinnamon into my like cereal, then I'll do that instead of getting the Lucky Charms that has it already in it. Now, a good swap for something like chips. Doritos, of course, they're delicious, but you get such a small amount. This much for such high amount of calories. So one of my favorites is the Orville Redenbacher's. They have it only at some locations. The one that I found here on the screen popped up was a pretty good one, but there's actually an even better one that's like the Smart Pop one. When I went through a cut a couple years ago, I had a full bag of that every single night. Say you're wanting something like Oreos. For example, 3 Oreos equals about the same amount of this, a bowl of strawberries that's this big. 3 Oreos, that many strawberries. You're gonna be eating the strawberries for a lot longer. It's going to be taking you a lot longer to make. Another thing that you can do is actually get an Oreo flavored protein powder and make a Ninja Creamy. You can also add some fat-free Ready Whip on top of that to have that creamy flavor, and it's gonna be so delicious. Another swap that I would make is breads and pastas. So of course, I'm Italian, I love breads and pastas, I do. But one of my favorite swaps to make for pasta is actually the Banza chickpea pasta. It's a lot higher in protein and you get more volume, more bang for your buck, and it's so good. You can either do, I can't believe it's not butter in it, mix it in, it's so good, or get a lower calorie sauce that you can put on top of it. So good. Another one of my swaps, which you guys have seen here before when I do my protein French toast, is swapping regular bread for the 45 calorie Sara Lee bread. You get, I was able to get like 4 slices of that, and I was so full in the morning, not like uncomfortably full, but I was satisfied, and I didn't have to have just like this much. I could have this many slices. Did you know that 1 gram of protein is about 4 calories and 1 gram of carbs is about 4 calories, but 1 gram of fat is about 9 calories. So let's talk about some fat swaps. One of the biggest things that you can do right now is swap your regular olive oil for an olive oil spray. One is about 190 calories per serving, and the other one is 0 calories. And this doesn't mean that you can't use olive oil. Olive oil is great to cook in, but what ends up happening is you end up dousing your food in the olive oil, and you're adding so many more calories that you're not actually accounted for. And if you want to be in a fat loss phase, you need to be in a caloric deficit. My favorite swap is olive oil for olive oil spray. Another one, peanut butter is great. Trust me, I love peanut butter, and there are some times where I will still keep it in a cut when I can. But for the amount that you get for 1 serving for peanut butter, let me grab mine. 1 serving, which is about 32 grams, can be anywhere from 190 to 210 calories. One of my favorite swaps to make is swapping it with PB2. It has 70% less calories than peanut butter, and you can get so much more, and you can put it on so many different things. Another thing to swap, milk. So instead of getting whole milk, swap it for a higher protein milk or an unsweetened cashew milk, almond milk. You guys have seen me use that in my fridge all the time, because when you're adding it to your protein shakes, or you're adding it when you're mixing in, say, pancake mix, again, you're adding a lot of calories in that you're not actually accounted for. For me, personally, I would rather eat more food than drink more liquid. Now let's talk about sauces and salad dressings. Again, they can be really sneaky. Say you're making a salad and you're like, I'm being so healthy, and then you douse it with ranch. You have just made a low calorie, high protein salad into something that's way higher in calorie without even realizing it. Hidden Valley Ranch on this side versus a balsamic based dressing. Bolthouse Farms is one of my favorite ones that I like to try, and also if you want something that's even lower in calories, Walden Farms makes some too. You know me, I can down a pint of Ben & Jerry's like nobody's business. So of course having it in moderation, but if you want something that's a little bit more full, a little bit more bang for your buck, some of my favorite swaps are swapping Ben & Jerry's for the Yasso Greek bars. They're delicious. I love the fudge ones, and it's like a single serve one too, so you can just look forward to it every night. Another thing that I really love is doing the Greek yogurt. The one that's on the screen is my favorite because it's so high in protein. It's delicious. Let's talk about drinks. Like I said before, I'm the kind of person, I would rather eat food than drink my calories. So swapping out full calorie sodas like Coke for something like a diet soda or a zero or an ice drink. Another thing that you can do, because there's a lot of people that are like, man, they have chemicals and stuff in it. Whatever, I understand, I totally get it. But another thing that you can do is get something like a LaCroix or Waterloo and have that, and it's a flavored water. For me, personally, I hate sparkling water and I think it's gross. Okay guys, I hope this helped you, and let me know down below what are your favorite swaps that you like to do at the grocery store so that we can help each other out, because I'm very, very curious. I know there's probably some that I forgot, some that I haven't even thought of before, so I'm curious of what you guys think. Also, in the description, I'm gonna have a little downloadable PDF for you guys of like a full grocery list of protein, carbs, fats, fruits, and veggies that can kickstart your journey if fat loss is something that you want for yourself this summer. So, I hope this helped. As always, I love you all so much, and you're more powerful than